and welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we got breaking news, great news. Well, actually, when you come to think of it, it's bittersweet. But we got big news, and that's something that we can all agree. Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, has suspended his campaign, officially giving up the fight for president, and hereby endorses Donald Trump. This is hereby, a lot of us are happy because this benefits Trump in New Hampshire, which is probably the most competitive primary in the this whole set of primaries. Also, it also helps, is arguably supports Trump throughout the whole primary ordeal. Now, Ron DeSantis, although may be divided, unlike Vivek, who dropped out like a week ago, less than a week actually, technically, because Vivek's support is anti-Haley, while Ron DeSantis is anti-Haley, but let's admit, there's a lot of neocon faction in the DeSantis campaign, and a lot of that neocon will probably go to Nikki Haley. But yeah, Ron DeSantis is a mixture of MAGA, Republicanism, and neocon. I'm not going to call him a neocon completely because, believe it or not, Ron DeSantis does a lot of stuff that are said MAGA Republican, what MAGA Republicans typically do. So, yes, but the great concern of that is, where is Ron DeSantis's campaign going to go from there? And when I say campaign, I mean his career. We know we don't need to worry about him running for governor because Florida is a two-state term limit. But yeah, we need, of course, we need to keep Florida red. Honestly, I don't know. I think DeSantis needs to chill out. We have 2 U.S. senators. Rick Scott's running again this year. We have, along also with Senator Marco Rubio. He's run. He already got reelected. Ultimately, we got to find a guy who is going to run for governor for Florida. Ultimately, this was going to happen regardless if Ron DeSantis was to join this campaign in the 2024 presidential election. This was going to happen regardless. DeSantis would leave the governor's mansion in 2027, and honestly, there is no clear future for him, and that's probably why he decided to run for president, because this is the only office realistically he would be able to gain. He could challenge Rick Scott, who is actually more weaker compared to Senator Marco Rubio and Ron DeSantis. He could possibly challenge Rick Scott, but then again, he knows that Rick Scott, once again, is doing a good job. Rick Scott's doing a good job. He decides to aim at Trump because he knows that Trump has enemies in the GOP, and DeSantis, although he won't say, "Oh, I'm going to call out Trump. I'm going to call out Trump for January 6th. I'm going to call out Trump for this. I'm going to call out." No, he doesn't want to do that. Although he wants to get all the anti-Trumpers, but he also wants to get all the Trump alternatives, like people that prefer an alternative Trump. Ron DeSantis wanted to be that alternative Trump, but apparently Vivek Ramaswamy ruined it for him. So then again, Vivek Ramaswamy took a lot of support away from Ron DeSantis. Go to Vivek and ask the main ground roots of his campaign and his supporters. I can guarantee you, most of them are divided up between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. So, although I would say before Vivek rose to a huge prominence in the GOP campaign. A lot of his supporters were just split between DeSantis and Trump. But yeah, but now being Ron DeSantis plummeting down to a single-digit number, and Vivek Ramaswamy basically embracing an alternative Trump agenda. It's become clear that a lot of those pro-DeSantis Republicans in Vivek's campaign are now more pro-Trump, and they'll probably go to Trump. So you could count on Vivek's campaign to go and rally behind Donald Trump. As we know Chris Christie's neocon Rhino campaign is going to rally behind Nikki Haley. They will side with anyone other than Donald Trump. And guess what? Watch this. Watch this, guys. Nikki Haley drops out. And I guarantee you, I promise Nikki Haley will drop out in the next few days, next few weeks. Well, that's only if she does good in New Hampshire. Well, let's just say she would probably stay in the race if she wins New Hampshire, but we know she'll drop out after Super Tuesday, some point in the primaries, she'll drop out. If she doesn't win New Hampshire, and let's just say she loses New Hampshire by a lot, we could see her dropping out next week. I would have mixed feelings on that because, number one, I have been looking forward to Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday is not Super Tuesday. It takes away the fun of it, of seeing the votes piling in, and because it's hard to see because it's only going to be Trump, right? That being said, Ryan Binkley dropped out his campaign. I didn't even know. I was checking in on the candidates. As you know, it's now Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. Ryan Binkley is not on there anymore. Ryan Binkley, other candidates. Actually, hang on. You're still in the race, darn it. Yeah, Ryan Binkley, he needs to drop out. I guarantee you, yeah, Nikki Haley. So that answers your questions. If Nikki Haley drops out in the next couple of days, would it go to Trump? Not necessarily. Now, if Ryan Binkley gets into his head that he can't win because no one knows who he is, then guess what? Donald Trump wins and he gets nominated early, I believe, because there's no one else to choose to be president. Like, literally. There's no one else to choose to be I guess there's write-ins, because once again, there's no official winner until the nomination, the GOP GOP National Convention, where the delegates whom were assigned due to the primaries, they come together and they vote to the assigned winner in each primary and certify the election results. Well, it's going to be kind of weird if, ultimately, Nikki Haley, I think, she knows some part of her knows that she kind of has to stay in the race, kind of screw up, but then again, she's wasting a lot of money, putting money into a dead campaign. She knows she can't win. She's putting in money into a dead campaign and basically making it a lot worse for herself. So, yeah, she might have to drop out and throw the GOP into a little circus on who's good. I mean, like, are we going to show up and vote for just Trump? I better guarantee you, if Nikki Haley drops out, no one will be showing up and voting during the primaries because Trump's the only one. And you think only the neocons would go and vote and circle Ryan Binkley, and they don't even know who he is because they're so stubborn. They will not vote for Trump because they do not like Trump. They might as well go and vote for Biden. That's all they would do. So, of course, yeah, he's going to turn into a Welsh back in 2020. Bill Weld. The liberal Ryan O'Neill con from Massachusetts. Yeah, it'll be turning into him. And the funny thing is, Ryan Binkley is a CEO. I have an uncle who's a CEO. And that's the thing. Ryan Binkley is going to be the number one CEO to get to the presidency. It's just hilarious. Anyway, before I end this video I want to end this video on a historic note, if you will. It's debatable because a lot of people are saying that Ron DeSantis ran the worst primary campaign in history for both primaries, as you know. Well, that's debatable because some are saying Bill Bradley had ran the worst campaign. Bill Bradley, by far, ran a campaign only gaining 20%. He was ultimately defeated by Al Gore by 75% of the popular vote. Now, when it comes to that, though, comparing the 2000 results, you'll say, all right, technically Ron DeSantis didn't run the worst. Well, you can debate because he did receive 21.2%. But Bradley, I think his name is, didn't drop out. Senator Bradley of New Jersey did not drop out. He got to go to New Hampshire. He got creamed in New Hampshire. And I think after New Hampshire, that is when he withdrew. Well, actually, did he withdraw? Yeah, March 9th, 2000. So he was in there for a good month, 2 months, 3 months. January 24th, 2 months. And from there, it was all Gore. All Gore. I don't know if, this is a good example. The 2000 Democratic primaries is a great example on what it would probably look like. You'll see. Al Gore only got 10 million votes. 156 contests. And going to contests, as you know, contests like in Utah, people didn't vote for it, didn't show up and vote. I can guarantee you around 24,000 people would vote in that election. So, yeah. So let me know what you think. If this is going to be that type of election, I would be disappointed if Nikki Haley dropped out before Super Tuesday, just simply because I always look forward to vote. I never, ever, I'm never that person that doesn't show that thinks, oh, Republicans are going to have a good year, I'm not going to vote. I'm never that person. I vote in every election. And I'm excited. I'm excited to stand in the line. And I look forward to it. And who knows? If Donald Trump is the nominee, I'm probably going to still stand in the line. Of course, I probably need someone to bring me there, which is going to be a problem. But I'll find my way. I will guarantee you. Or if I can't go there, I guess it can't work. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next political episode.